I bet you didn't see me. I'm just kidding. Guys, if you think that you're just going to wait it out when shit hits the fan, you're already dead, because real survival isn't about just hiding in a bunker and stockpiling freeze-dried spaghetti. It's about thinking like a guerrilla fighter, guys. And you need to be unpredictable, mobile, and always one step ahead, because when things go bad, the rule book gets thrown out. So today I'm going to teach you how to think and survive like a real guerrilla. This is going to be Guerrilla Warfare 101. And we're going to talk about first how the underdogs wreck the giants. This is not Call of Duty. This is guerrilla or regular warfare. It's an art of basically pissing off a superior force by using brains, balls, and brutality. It's stealth, it's ambushes, hit and run, and essentially hell, executed by small savage units against big bloated armies that are slow, they can't move as fast, right? No rules, no front lines, just one mission: to hurt the enemy bad while keeping your guys breathing. Everything else is just noise. First off, I want to talk about a breakdown, a list of times America has got its teeth kicked in, or at least bloodied, its nose bloodied by guerrilla warfare. These weren't your typical battlefield brawls. These were dragged out, moral killing, politically radioactive messes. Now, first off, let's start with the most famous, the Vietnam War. This is the granddaddy of American guerrilla warfare failures. The Viet Cong and North Vietnamese used tunnels, ambushes, booby traps, and jungle tactics to essentially break down, frustrate, and bleed U.S. forces. Now, U.S. forces, despite having insane firepower, air superiority, and body count, we still got bounced. The result was America withdraws, Saigon falls, and the world watches us take that big L. They used a lot of these tactics, destroy the mentality of the larger force, right? Let's talk about the next famous one, Afghanistan. 20 years, trillions spent, thousands dead, and Taliban using classic hit and run tactics, IEDs, blending in with local fighters, and so on. We saw this time and time again, man. Explosives, demoralizing the enemy, and it made every inch of ground hell to hold. We rolled in with shock and awe and left with a botched pullout and a Taliban victory photo op with all our weapons and gear, right? You and I probably talked about that in a video. Now, the result was America out, Taliban back in charge, and essentially global humiliation. Number 3, Iraq, post-2003 invasion. We crushed Saddam's army fast, but when it came, came the insurgency, Sunni fighters, Shiite militias, and foreign jihadists. They waged asymmetrical warfare, roadside bombs, ambushes, sniper fire, and chaos turned it into another quagmire. The result was years of fighting, instability, and the rise of ISIS. Total mess, right? Let's talk about another famous one, Somalia. Everybody remembers Black Hawk Down, right? Everybody saw that movie. This is the wrong photo. Anyway, I was going to put up a Black Hawk Down photo. But Black Hawk Down, U.S. Special Forces went in to nab a warlord. Somalia militiamen and armed civilians responded with brutal urban guerrilla tactics. The result, 18 American soldiers dead, a chopper shot down, and bodies dragged through the streets. The result, Clinton pulled the plug and America was gone. Now, let's talk about another famous one, the Revolutionary War. The plot twist here, we were the guerrilla fighters. The Continental Army and militias used hit and run ambushes and irregular tactics to wear down the superior British forces. The result, we kicked the redcoats out and built a nation, right? We kicked them out and we made America the best nation in the whole world. Now, the moral of the story is guerrilla warfare isn't about winning big battles. It's about bleeding empires dry, slowly, painfully, until they decide, man, you know what, guys, it's not worth it. And history shows even the biggest dog can get cut down by thousands of small bites. Now, let's talk about part one, the art of not being there. This is the guerrilla mentality. The first rule of guerrilla warfare: avoid direct conflicts, direct fights. You don't win by fighting harder, you win by fighting smarter. You are not Rambo. You are a ghost. Forget Hollywood. Forget guerrilla fighters. They don't walk around with giant machine guns mowing people down. They move quietly, strike fast, and disappear before anyone knows what happened. That plays into the psyche of the bigger units, right? Action step: work on blending in, dress like everyone else. Don't stand out, and never look like you're carrying anything valuable. Be the gray man. I've talked about the gray man for years, guys. Gray man. I've got countless videos on it. Blending in with your environment, not sticking out. I'll probably stick out like a sore thumb here, but it's okay. But blending in. Appear like the baseline. Whatever's going on around you, you appear like that. The baseline is essentially what the movement pattern is. You're not walking faster. You're not running. You're blending in. You're dressed like the locals, doing what the locals do. Okay? Number two, urban guerrilla tactics to survive in the city. Cities, first off, are death traps. When things fall apart, if you're not ahead of the chaos, you're part of the body count. Never get trapped in the city. Never get cornered. Know multiple escape routes. Always have an exit strategy. I talk about this over the years, and if you haven't been here, from the old days of Black Scout, I talk about this a lot. What you want to do is basically go ahead and get a book together. Basically, it's a playbook, a plan, an op plan, and go ahead and map out. Print out the maps, because, man, you're not going to have GPS probably when shit hits the fan. So plan it out, plot it out, resupply points, choke points, avoid those choke points. Plan your route with resupply points. Maybe you go plant caches. I've got old videos about that. A cache is a gear you set somewhere. You bury, you hide. Maybe it's with a loved one. But that way you have something to go get on your way out. Now, what if you live in an apartment building? How can you get out of there? What's your backup route if the streets are blocked? Start thinking now. Use the crowd as cover. You're moving solo, blend in with the panicked civilians. You're moving with a team, spread out. Don't bunch up. So if you're walking with a group of men that look serious, people are going to spot that. So what you're going to do is kind of like a loose bodyguard detail. When you have your, let's say your famous person you're protecting, they'll kind of fan out into the crowd, kind of walking and blending in with the crowd, looking. So that way you spread out your group. You already have planned mission set if you have to do something, defensive movements and things like that. But don't bunch up. Groups draw attention, guys. Scavenge, smart, not desperate. Looters usually hit the grocery stores first. That's where they go. Smart guerrillas hit warehouses, industrial areas, and supply depots. Think outside the box, and where the average American idiot would not think to look. Now, your action step here to practice this is walk in your city now and map out good escape routes, resource locations, and safe zones before you need them, right? So do all these things now. Part 3, rural guerrilla tactics, surviving in the wild. If you're outside the city, you have more space, but less help, less resources. Maybe you have more resources depending on your area. That means you need to be 100% self-reliant. You need to master stealth and camouflage. In the woods, the dumbest mistake you can make is standing out. You want to wear earth tones, no shiny gear, and always move low and slow, right? So maybe you want to wear earth tones. Maybe you don't want to wear a jungle tiger stripe shirt like this. You want to wear just like an earth tone jacket like this, because you can wear this in the city, what have you. Maybe you want, you can tuck this in your pocket. A boonie hat breaks up your head outline, right? Maybe you live in a snowy environment. You need to have white covers, right? Or white camo, snow camo, or maybe just a camo jacket, or maybe you want a full-blown ghillie suit, because something like this ghillie suit It's just the snake top. You can tuck this thing up into a ball, put this in the bottom of your pack, and so it's there. Now, the other thing is you want to check your sound, man. Noise and light discipline. Make sure you don't have lights popping off, like you don't want this mic that's shining these lights out in the woods, right? Now, sound carries. Don't be an idiot. Don't be stomping around. Step with your heel down and roll your foot forward, moving slowly, paying attention to what you're doing, what kind of sign and track you're also leaving as well. Don't be snapping twigs and all that kind of stuff. You also want to build a hide sight, right? Your shelter should not be obvious. Think dug in positions, tree cover, or using terrain to your advantage. No bright fire. So this comes into two things. I got videos on this. Bliss. Blend in, low silhouette, irregular size and shape for your survival or evasion shelter. Then you have the Dakota fire hole. Got videos on this too. Dig a hole, put your fire in. But the thing is, cooking gives smells, especially if the wind is drifting, right? So maybe you want to eat grab-and-go foods. Your action step here, go outside and try disappearing for an hour. Can someone find you? Have your buddy go find you. If the answer is yes, your stealth game is weak. Improve it. Work on it, okay? Number 4, weapons and defense. Hit hard, disappear fast. Guerrillas don't fight fair. If you're expecting a clean fight, you're thinking like a civilian. It's about survival. It's not about honor. Ambush, don't engage. I've got plenty of videos showing you how to ambush with little green army men and all that sort of stuff. You can check all that stuff out in all videos. I'll try to post some links to some below. You never fight head on if you have to engage. Hit them when they least expect it, from the angle they don't see you coming, and disappear before backup arrives. So boom, 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 go, right? This kills their psyche. This is psychological warfare. You want to kill their psyche, right? And I've got tons of videos on this type of stuff about evading, moving, ambushes, and so on, right? Obviously, snipers is, having a sniper rifle system and things like that is great, because that really kills the psyche. You start popping people off from a few hundred yards away, they're really worried, right? They'll get pinned down. They don't want to move, right? And loud guns are great, but you want to maybe be distant. Don't shoot unless you have to. Maybe make traps, right? Suppressors, knives, bows, snares. Silent weapons are force multipliers, because some of those you don't have to be there. Traps and things like that. Snares. Did you get caught in a big bear trap somewhere? Your buddy goes down because his leg's caught in a bear trap. You're going to be worried about every step you take, right? Start practicing now. That's your action step. Get in, get out drills. Time yourself. How fast can you move in, execute a task, and vanish? All right, section 5, psychological warfare, breaking your enemy without fighting. That is the biggest thing with guerrilla fighting. The best fight is the one you never have to engage in. Guerrillas win by breaking the enemy's mind before they ever fire a shot. Misinformation is your best weapon. Obviously, you've probably seen that over the past few years. Confuse your enemy, set up fake trails, spread false intel, right? Make them waste resources chasing ghosts. Control the fear factor. Guerrillas survive because they make people afraid to mess with them. Small attacks that create big fear, that's the game. You ever seen the Ace of Spades? They would lead on the bodies of the Viet Cong, right? Recon did that and stuff, man. That really scared the shit out of the Viet Cong, right? So your action steps, start thinking strategically. If you had to make someone think twice before messing with you, how would you do it without even firing a shot, right? Now, thinking like a guerrilla isn't about fantasy. It's about real survival when there are no rules. If you're not training, if you're not preparing, you're just another soft target waiting to get steamrolled, guys. And I want to know, what's your number one urban and rural survival tactic? Let's compare notes. Drop a comment below. Let me know. And if you want more real survival tactics, hit that subscribe button, because in the world that's coming, only the smart and ruthless survive, guys. Remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous, and see you in the